Welcome aboard. I'm Matthew.
And I'm Cody.
This is Breaking Sterile.
A show about flight attendants at a major American international airline where professionalism is the baseline.
And humanity is what actually gets us through the day. And this show is about the part of the job that lives just outside the announcements.
The part where you're exhausted, proud, frustrated, grateful.
Sometimes all on the same leg.
Sterile exists just for safety.
And this show exists for everything else.
Breaking sterile, breaking through, more than welcome. How are you? Every aisle, every row, we're carrying more than you know. Breaking sterile, there's a heart in the uniform.
Hey, Cody.
Hey, Matt.
Okay, so
We're back.
we're back. Welcome to Breaking Sterile. It's very exciting. We haven't done a show. I feel like we haven't done a show in a long time, so I get very,
We have that. I've been very busy with work.
yes.
Matt's been very busy not working.
I have worked. Stop it.
He's been very busy enjoying the sun and the pool.
Yes, but I've flown.
You have.
And we are actually on a trip together, which is very exciting. There's going to be pictures posted on our Instagram page. We are in Anchorage, Alaska, where it's raining. It was a very long trip. Yes, tell them about the trip, because that's what they want to know.
Well, so it was a three-legger yesterday, and the first one was supposed to be a quick 2 hours each round trip direction for the first
Not even
turn.
2 hours.
Well, no, but I mean with boarding and everything,
Right.
quick, easy, and one leg ended up being 2 hours long.
Right. Well, because it was blocked at 30
20
minutes
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah,
From Denver to Vail and back. And the first one was fine,
yeah. It was great.
bumpy,
Eh.
and then coming back.
Took 2 hours to go 150 miles.
Yeah, you could have walked to Denver Airport by the time.
The next leg was to Anchorage, and it was a normal flight. Everyone was lovely.
There's so many men on that plane.
I love these flights. Like I said, I think I said this last time we talked, is that I was working or I was deadheading on a flight once, and the whole plane, except I think the crew, were men.
Well, because it's Anchorage, because they're oil and
Fish.
fish.
Yep.
Did they all smell like fish?
A lot of them did.
Yeah. Do you think they're going to smell like fish tonight?
Probably not.
No, because it's more cruise people.
Yeah, with lots of cruise people today.
I was purser.
You still are purser.
I am still purser. Cody was in the forward galley, so we got to work together.
Yeah.
You do all the service in an hour, and then you have 4 more hours left.
I know. We were done before economy even got started.
Yeah. We're very efficient.
We are very efficient.
Yes.
And which I was trying to go slow because it's a 5-hour flight.
You don't have the capability of going slow.
Yeah, I do.
Cody. I go slow. I can go slow. But they also want to eat right away. Everybody wants to eat.
One of the girls that we're flying with told me that she tells people that if they want to work with me, goes, "Oh, he looks sweet," and she goes, "Ah."
I think I'm more laid back than you, which is really weird. I would have thought you would be the more laid back person, but I'm very chill.
I'm laid back once I get going. Once I get going, and I'm if there's things that need to get done, I get them done.
Whereas I'm always okay. If there's not enough something on the plane, I don't stress about it.
Well, that was yesterday. We were short a meal per passenger.
Yeah.
And you were like, "Oh, just give him a crew meal," and I was like, "Absolutely not." And he goes, "But I'm not gonna eat it." I said, "I don't care." Which you ended up eating it, so it was
I know. I didn't want to eat it, right? And I needed it away from my person,
but
physically.
But you needed because you hadn't eaten all day,
and then I got hangry, and then I ate it,
and then you got much
and
better.
I did, but it was spicy. We have this new spicy chicken dish.
I told you it made me sweat.
Yeah, it gives you the chicken sweats.
Yeah,
the meat sweats essentially.
Yeah,
it's really spicy, but the kick happens way later.
Yeah,
after you eat it, which is just poison, not spicy.
I love all of our food right now.
Because when catering's good, it makes everything good. Because all anybody really cares about is the food.
People get really upset when they don't get the
meal they want.
Egg shakshura, which is already
egg shashuka.
Whatever, I don't care.
We don't serve that anymore.
I know. But I'm just saying, people get upset when they didn't get it for breakfast, and I was cool, but it's gonna come out burnt.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have a bread pudding thing, and that's super sweet.
People like that bread
pudding. They love
thing.
it, but it's just super sweet.
Nobody makes that in the natural world. Who eats this in real life?
Yeah, not me. This round of catering they did really well.
So if you're flying our particular airline, enjoy the food because it's actually really good. Domestically, it's been really good.
Yeah.
I don't know internationally because, I can't get those trips. sadly. You know, on the Hawaii flights now, they also have printed menus.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
I saw them and I was like, oh, that's a lot.
No,
Pretty.
it's nice. It's an added thing that people like.
Yeah.
It makes them feel like they're
And then
special.
And then when you go up to them and they go, well, what do you have? You
And
go,
you're like, it's on the friggin' menu.
Yeah.
When kids say, what do you have? I can't get mad at kids.
I actually am very nice with kids.
You are very nice. Because before, when we were talking about it, you were like, I like kids.
No, which is true. I don't like children.
You
on the
re-
plane, it's different. When they come on, like I try to have a conversation with them because a lot of times kids get missed.
No, you go into baby talk, Cody. You're like, hello. How you doing?
With babies.
No, but with like
No, with-
like people who are little ones who are actually have feet and walking.
No, I don't.
Yes, you did.
I go, no, because I have a conversation with them because, again, kids get missed a lot of times because flight attendants just see the adults and they want to talk to the
They don't
adults.
look down when they're
Right.
walking. Yeah.
Or they think the kids are annoying or whatever,
Right.
you know? And so I'll have a conversation with a kid that's not a normal tone of voice because I'm not going to be like, hey, how's it going, kid? I'm going to be like, hey, how are you? Like,
You
what's
also
going
fist
on?
bump them when they...
I do because parents love that.
Yeah, they do love it.
And kids love it too because you get missed a lot of time. Because, you know, you just like, have a good day, bye-bye, thanks so much. And kids aren't going to respond to that.
I think you should have been a child psychiatrist or psychologist. Maybe that you missed your calling.
Well, I can still do it.
You kind of are doing it. Cody, show them what... Well, you can't show them, but give me that thing. Cody got me a present from Pride, which is a... I have to take a photo
It's
of
a
this.
scarf.
It's a scarf, and it's a Pride scarf with lightsabers?
No,
or is that
they're-
lipstick?
No, they're the wands from the ramp.
Oh, I thought they were lightsabers from... But it's really nice, and I don't know how to wear it on the plane.
I don't think you should wear it on the plane. Matt wears a lot of do-rags.
I do.
If you fold it just right and you wear it that way, then you're gonna have a third eye.
Yeah.
Or you could do it on the top
Yeah.
and have it like
I don't like to call it do-rags. I like to call them bandanas.
Okay.
They're and also, here's a question I have for you. Okay, so I wear my bandanas all the time because I'm in hot weather. It's like a blankie for me.
Yeah.
A 55-year-old man with a blankie. Okay. But I wear them all the time. Now, here's the thing. I wear them at the gym. We went out to dinner one night in Palm Springs just this week, and we ran into somebody that I go to the gym with, Vinny. So I said hi, and his husband was there, and he said to my husband, oh, I didn't recognize Matt without his bandana on.
you wear them too much.
And Steve hates the fact that I wear the bandana.
Why?
I don't know. It really bothers him.
Isn't he from that era though?
Yes, but also I got in the car and I was like, do people make fun of me because I wear a bandana around town? Like I wear it all the time. Like I wear it going to the supermarket. I wear it going shopping. I'm always wearing it. I think it's also my insecurity about my hair. It's my thing.
I'm looking at your hair, sorry.
I know. Do you think people make fun of me because of it?
I don't know. You talk about that,
Mm-hmm.
and I've talked to my friends about this too because they have the same questions about well, what if so and so doesn't like me or because of X Y Z, and I look at them and I go then let them, which is very what's your face.
Mel Robbins.
Yeah, because you can't control how other people think about you.
I'm putting it on right now. Is the eye there?
No, it's kind of, but it's not bad. It just looks like a rainbow. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, it matters if you're happy or not.
I know. I'm turning 55. I feel good for 55.
Good.
I do feel like I like to take a lot of naps now, though.
You do.
Yeah.
Well, you have always liked to take a lot of naps.
I have. Do you think it's because of the tirzepatide? Because I hear the GLP-1s make you tired.
Yeah, probably.
It's also really hot out most of the time. So
You
like,
look like.
can you see the? I'm putting the bandana on.
Go look in the mirror.
Cody, take a photo, and then we'll put it on the website.
Turn it to the left a little bit, a little more. There you
Okay. I'm gonna have to pick up another Anchorage. I've done this before, but I
next
know
week?
what?
I'm here next week.
I'm going to Hawaii. You know, I have a whole routine when I go to Honolulu now. I get to the hotel, take a shower. This is very exciting content, by the way. I take a shower and then I go to my favorite restaurant. Okay, Cody, I have a favorite restaurant. It's a noodle udon place. It was not there. I couldn't find it.
What do you mean it's not?
Like I thought I went the right way and it's not there. So then I went to a different restaurant and it was just as good, but I can't find. And then I go to in the next day I usually go to Jade Dynasty Seafood Restaurant.
Is that your?
That's my lunch place that I go to, dim sum, or I walk into Chinatown.
Oh,
Depending how I feel. And I haven't been to Waikiki in a really long time. And I just,
ever since you left there, I haven't been there, and
Yeah.
I'm kind of bummed because I loved Waikiki.
I really did like it too. Maybe I'll go when I get there in the evening because it's not so bad to walk there. I have to walk with somebody on the canal.
Why?
Because canals at night in any part of the country is where you get
Why would you walk
killed
on the
and
canal?
murdered. Because it's pretty. It's a nice
Not
walkway.
that canal.
It's
that
a nice
canal.
walkway.
It's not. You don't get in that water in that canal. It's bad.
Why would I get in the water?
I'm just saying. That's how bad that area is. Just walk down Waikiki.
Oh, Really?
Yeah. Walk down the main strip, the main
Oh,
track.
I never think about that. I'm a terrible tourist.
So last night he comes up to my room after dinner last night, and it was not. We got done at not 10:00, 10:15 at dinner, and it was still light outside. And Matt was having a breakdown because it was so bright out. We got back to my room, and he's like, "It's so cold here," and I was like, "It's amazing. It's only like 70, 71." And I looked at it, it was 65. I was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
that's
you
great."
like it cold.
It's interesting that people will post things on social media in their uniform.
I mean,
And-
unless it's sanctioned
well-
by the company.
Well, no, but like they'll post it on their social media, on their Facebook, Instagram, whatever, TikTok, whatever. They're basically trashing whatever they're doing.
I mean, they're trashing the work.
Yeah.
So they're saying that they're unhappy at work.
Yeah,
and
for whatever
yeah.
reason. I'm just like, you're in your uniform.
I know, but it's also generational. Like whoever is writing the rules is clearly my age. What I think is you have to look at things from the perspective of a different generation who's only knows social media. So to them, putting something online is an extension of who they are. They just think of it like they're talking to whomever. Like
Right.
it doesn't feel like it's in the same sense. They don't see that they're representing the company or that they could be associated with the company.
Yeah.
And that's I don't think that they understand that there's a difference. They don't see the connection that
They just see that they're living their life.
Right.
I try not to post a lot of stuff in uniform, if at all.
unless you're smiling. We've posted like pictures of us at the terminal. Remember?
Right, but
when we see friends.
but
and things
it's
like that.
different when you're posting with a friend of yours,
Yeah,
right? Because
and you're
you're
smiling.
happy and
Yeah.
you're not
Yeah.
upset about your job.
I think it's that there's generationally, they don't care about their jobs in the same way that we
do.
cared about our
Right.
jobs. That's the issue. It's not about working for an airline or for a cruise ship company or for an office or for a company or Shell
no
Oil.
loyalty.
There's no loyalty at all in the generation. And that's just a thing.
I agree with that.
That's the issue. And eventually, as people get older and age out, you're only going to have those people in the workforce.
Right.
So,
Which is happening a lot faster because I just realized I'm in my mid-40s.
right. And I'm 55. That's kind of why I'm talking about it. Because when I work with younger people, they're fine. Everybody's fine. I've never really had problems. I mean, you have lazy flight attendants who are 70 and you have lazy flight attendants who are 20. It's not about work ethic. It's more, to me, this issue is just how people perceive having a job and being part of a company. Whereas when I was growing up, being part of something was really important, but they had more to offer too.
A lot of the places back in the day wanted you to stick around.
Yes, like if you worked for IBM, you would work for IBM for your whole life.
My mom worked for IBM.
We called it I've been moved because the kids who worked at IBM, like the parents, they were
moved a lot.
always moving a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, we moved
Yeah,
twice.
see, I've been moved. But they were very proud of working at
Yeah.
IBM. I remember that specific, or in an advertising agency, and they stayed there their whole lives.
Right.
I don't think people picture that anymore.
They don't.
Because there's also nothing offered.
I think it's hard for people who come into the workforce to get a fair salary, to get this kind of things that were just given back in the day. And so I think that it's harder for people to come to work and just be able to enjoy life. And so in order for people to enjoy life, you have to go out and create your own happiness. So if that means that you don't stay in one place because it's a toxic workplace or that you're not getting enough
Or you
money,
feel like it's a
or
toxic
or
work-
you feel you feel like it's a toxic workplace, you feel like you're not being seen, or if you're part of a collaborative team and you feel like you're not part of that team, why stay?
You don't have to.
For Frontier, we only had 5,000 employees in the whole company. And when we went into bankruptcy, the whole company came together, and then Republic bought them, subsequently sold them to Indigo, who owns them now. And it's a totally different airline. I totally see how it started with this amazing mom and pop carrier to what it is now, which is you're just a number that doesn't matter at all. I worked for JSX, and JSX, when I was there, had only been around for 5 years. It's a great idea for an airline, and they have great loyalty from their consumers as well as from their employees. Being a part of that whole new logic for an air carrier was very fun. It was not for me.
Why?
That's for a different story. Well, I know one flight attendant that used to work there that I was his boss. He now works for our airline, and I've seen him before.
Is he happier at our airline?
Yeah.
I think between the Compass people and the Avelo people who've all come to our airline, they're much happier here.
Going from a regional that's working 4 or 5 legs a day, which you could still,
you could still do
now, to working for a Velo,
Yeah.
where where you're working turns with no
Right.
service,
Right.
or a 4 leg day with no service, to coming here where you're working normal quote unquote schedule. You're getting fed. You're doing a service. You're doing things that a flight attendant should do.
The systems are in place.
Right.
That's why I don't, when I meet people who work with us and they're usually younger, just started, and they don't understand what they could be working at versus what is happening here. And I think this is another topic I wanted to go to, which is it's all perception. The more you think about things negatively, the more likely you are to think that you're not having a good experience. And sometimes you just have to breathe through it. If you're having a bad day at the airline, and we all have them. So let's say you're having a 4-leg day and everything is late and everything is a misconnect and you're being reassigned. Yes, if it's happening to you a lot, I can understand you moping about, but going into the airline industry that things happen.
Or even if you don't know, like if you've never flown before, because I've flown with a couple people who've never flown before, like even as a passenger, mind-boggling.
Generally, things do happen. At least where we are, there's days that are really great.
Yes, 100%.
And I would say the days that are really great outweigh the negative
1000%.
days. And at least there's support here. So we do have a union. We do have people to talk to about rules. We do have people that know a contract. And I think that sometimes when you're at an airline that might not have those things, that also doesn't give you any sort of peace of mind because you're just sort of floating out there.
And I also think that people are coming who are new to this. They come to a large airline, a legacy carrier, and they expect it to be way better because they've been around for 100 years. It's the same stuff. I always say, because when I see people from Frontier or JSX, they go, oh, like, how is it? I go, it's the same stuff, just a bigger tail. Really what it is. It's the same problems with scheduling. It's the same problems with operations. It's just on a bigger scale. I see these people who are brand new and they're just like, oh, I just miss it. They're just miserable because they don't understand that, yes, the first year is a little challenging.
Always challenging.
Because you're trying to get into the culture, you're trying to get into the schedule, you're trying to get into just trying to figure out how to live life. I think it's harder now, especially because, well, up until recently, the pay wasn't great, right? So people were just trying to figure out how to make ends meet.
Correct.
And so I have seen kind of a shift in the happiness of people here.
The vibe has definitely changed.
Yes.
I think once people started so at our airline, we got a new contract. For me, it was less about the money and more about the lifestyle or the flexibility issues. The money has surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly, has surprisingly made me feel better knowing that I have boarding pay and I have 3 boardings in one day. I said it to you the other day. I was like, I think we're making $50 extra today. And it does help. Well, and it was $50 extra we weren't making 2 months ago.
I work a lot.
So it adds up.
I have been very vocal about that.
Yeah.
Like I used to work $150 a month, which is 4 days off a month. 4. You don't have a life for that. You can't go out and enjoy your time with friends. You can't go out and hike. You can't go out and do things. You can travel. I don't have to work $150 to make my bills. I can work whatever it is and then work extra if I want to make more money. Having that flexibility is
huge,
crazy. Yeah. Like I've had, I don't know how many days off this month. I mean, I've only worked 100 hours this month, but it's nice to be able to have the ability to do things and to have a life again.
Yes. And you've worked hard for it.
Yeah, and I have.
Okay, so I have a question for you.
Yes.
What moment made you realize being a flight attendant was more than just a job? Well, it feels like when you're doing the job, I think a lot of flight attendants will say this when they're at work, that it doesn't feel like a job. And that's when I realized it was more than just a job. When I was casting, you have a direction to go in and you have to have deadlines and all this other stuff. Can you get the best actor into the film? Can you attract the best actors to the project? Because your name is going out there. When you're flying, it's not about your name and it's not about you.
Right.
In the sense that it is about you. Like all you have to do is be nice and smile or fake it, care when people come on, and your endpoint is the flight is over and you have things to do during the flight. Nothing that you're doing is that intense
for
the most part. And then the flight is done and people come off the plane. And I've had people recently, like I've had customers get off the plane and give me a hug, and not soliciting hugs. Like, I'll tell you what, this is a good question because I just on another flight going to Hawaii, and I had a woman who was probably my mom's age, like in her late 70s, early 80s. And she sat down with another woman and they were traveling together. Instantly, it was, I don't have space for my bag down here. And I was like, I can put your bag up in the overhead bin for you. I don't want to be separated from my bag. Oh, okay. Well, then you could put it underneath the seat in front of you. Well, there's not enough space. I said, ma'am, we have 2 choices.
We have 3, really.
Right. We can either put it underneath the seat in front of you or put it in the overhead bin. And I promise after takeoff, I'll come back, open the overhead bin, and give you your bag. And she goes, oh, I don't want to be a pain.
Well,
and I was
you
like,
kind of
and
already
in my
are.
head, I'm like, we've already crossed that Rubicon. Anyway, she put it underneath the thing. And I was purser on that trip. And so I went back after we did our service and I said to the other flight attendants, I was like, how are the mean ladies? And they knew exactly who I was talking about because they were difficult throughout the entire flight. And I went back to check on the mean ladies and they said something kind of off to me. I was checking on them and I was being really super kind. And I was almost killing them with kindness, which is my thing. They got off the plane and she gave me a hug and said, thank you so much for a wonderful flight. And I was like, at what point was it wonderful for this person? And I think this is the point. This is what makes the job different from another job, is that you actually can change people's lives and moments. What I was saying to the other flight attendants, I was like, these women, this is how they see their lives. They go through their lives and everything is kind of miserable for them. And that is their neutral. That's where they're starting. So they're not used to having people being friendly to them. So they don't know how to accept that friendliness. We have the ability to actually change their perception of walking through the world because there are people who are kind for no other reason than just to be nice. And I think that's a lovely part of the job, which in casting, there was no place for me to really be able to do that because someone always wanted something from me. All customers want from me is they want an answer and they want their soda or they want their meal or they want to know something, but they also want to feel comforted. And in the film industry, the comforting came from the success of the completion of the job, but nobody's lives were changed, really. No director was like, Matt, that was the most amazing cast. You did thank you so much for the work you did. Like, you rarely heard that. And I hear that on the plane in a way.
And I agree, because I was going to say that we get on the plane and we do, like you said, we have the ability to change somebody's perspective or mood, right? Like you could have someone that's on a plane that's going to a funeral, on the same plane that, have someone that's going to Vegas for their friend's birthday or their bachelorette party or bachelor party, whatever. We as flight attendants have to be able to field all of those different personalities, and having the ability to do it seamlessly, that doesn't come across as fake, I think is really powerful. Yesterday when we were sitting on the plane, when we were boarding and you were on your device, the passenger goes, are you guys playing backgammon or whatever? And we had this kind of like fun banter about playing games on the phone with each other. And I said, oh, no, we're playing Uno. And as I got off the plane, I remembered them and I was like, oh, don't worry, I beat him. Sometimes people get lost in the fray. Having that person that you can connect with on a personal level, I think is really important. Last night we had a lady who dropped her earbud in the seat, which happens all the time. And I got down like on the floor in between their seats.
I know, I was wondering where you were.
And this one woman, and I looked at her and I said, if this is the worst thing I have to do today, I'm in a pretty good spot. We laughed and had a good time. And being able to have that kind of conversation, that kind of banter with a passenger, even when I'm in economy and I go out there and I'm talking and they go, can I have this and this? I look at them and I go, it's a 2-hour flight. And they go, what do you mean? And I'm like, that's a lot of liquid. You're going to have to pee at some point. A lot of flight attendants get frustrated and annoyed because people are asking for multiple drinks. And yes, it happens. Yes, we all get annoyed because it's just like we only have so much time in the air to get through 200 people in the cabin, and you want 13 drinks. Like, come on now. Being able to have that kind of commentary with the passenger,
that's the whole point.
That's the whole point of this job.
Going back to new hires or people who've never flown before, or someone's in their 20s and this is their first job, I don't know that they necessarily have that in their brain, that this is kind of what also the job is.
Yeah.
Because it's the part of the job that actually makes the job easy.
Yeah.
If you're able to do what we're talking about, it makes it not stressful.
It makes this job fun.
Yeah.
Because this job can be very monotonous. Very monotonous. Even when you're having a bad day, if you have a good time with the passengers, it's going to make your day better because you're having a good time. You're laughing, you're smiling, you're having good times. Yes, there'll be passengers out there that are just sticks in the mud because that's just who they are.
Yes.
You have to counter that and be able to understand that that's a personality that you just have to deal with.
And don't you think if you're doing that with customers, other people are seeing you do that with people, it also relaxes them.
Absolutely.
Because they're seeing that you're calm, cool, and collected and you're having fun with people, so they don't feel like they're in a stressed environment.
I always tell passengers that, like, if they're stressed out because of turbulence or because of there was a maintenance issue on the plane and they're like, was the plane safe? No, obviously. That's why we're going.
That's why I chose to work at an airline. So should we tell everybody what happened yesterday when we were landing? When we were landing?
Oh, yeah. So coming into Anchorage is typically bumpy just because of where it is. The flight path you're coming in between two large mountain ranges and down the inlet, and then you get out into the open inlet, and it's just bumpy. It's always bumpy. That's how it always is. And so the captain told us to be seated, and we were. I mean, we were
seated for a while.
It was probably moderate to.
It was moderate definitely plus. Moderate plus, yeah.
And we're sitting there, and it felt like we were almost on the ground. Yeah. Matt and I were both just like, "Is the gear down? I think it's down. I don't know what's down." And then Matt goes, "I guess we'll find out."
and then the gear goes down, and both at the same time we go, "It's down."
Okay, we're good now.
But it felt like it was taking a very long time.
It felt like we were almost on the ground.
I thought he forgot. I thought he forgot to put the gear down, and I said to Cody, I was like, "They have like a whistle in there that tells them when." Okay.
There's a certain flap configuration that if you go too low on the flap, it yells at you because your gear should be down.
Okay. And then we landed, and everything was fine.
Yeah.
But I was like, I guess we'll find out. Yeah. And in my head, I'm like doing all my reviews, like, I'm strapping myself in and just being like, well.
Yeah, no, it was a bumpy ride coming in, which is again normal. So I wasn't fazed by it. For where my jump is, everyone can see me. So I'm sitting there, we're having a laugh, we're talking, we're smiling, we're not, whatever. Because if I'm sitting there and I'm like, and my eyes are wide and I'm looking stressed out, like people are going to see that. Whenever I'm picking up trash, I'm having a good time. I tell people thank you for like when I pick up their trash every time because it's nice to say thank you.
I used to say, do you have anything to throw out? Dreams, hopes. Always someone goes, they give me their soda and they still have the soda in the cup and they go, there's still stuff in the cup, and I go, don't worry, I have the technology. And they're like, what? and then I like dramatically pour it into the plastic bag.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What advice would you give your trainee self on day one of class?
Ooh. Well, for context, I've been to 3 different trainings. The best advice I can give is do not stress out about training. Do not think about what is coming up. Allow the course work to present itself. Study that night, get tested the next day, and move on. You will retain everything. You will retain everything if you don't worry about what is to come, like why things are happening. Just sit there, listen to what they're teaching you, and then review it that night for an hour or 2, and go on. When I first started training, like I would do flashcard for compass. Okay. We had to memorize where all the emergency equipment was on the plane. Oh. So by the time you got to the end for the testing, you already knew where everything was.
Right.
Stay out of all the drama. You don't want to be involved in anybody who is dramatic in any way whatsoever. You're not there to make friends. If you make friends like we made, like the 2 of us became friends, that's great. That's a bonus. You just need to be nice and pleasant.
You and I came into this because we had previous airline experience. We were both of the older age range, right? The guy was like, whoever you come up to the desk is your roommate. And I looked at you and you looked at me and we had a kind of like let's do this.
Yeah.
We never got involved with the drama in our training
I didn't even know there was drama.
Right.
Because I didn't care.
And the only reason that I knew is because someone told me.
Right.
Right. And then I told you. I just flew with a girl the other day who was her second day flying.
At our airline.
At our airline. Or no, just in general. Like she had never been with her. She was her first airline, second day flying. And she's like, like what advice do you have? And I looked at her and I don't get involved with the drama here. I said, because it is everywhere. Come to work, do your job, go home, enjoy life. Because if you get involved with the drama here, it will drain you.
It does drain you.
It's ridiculous. And she's like, oh, okay. She kind of had this like puzzled look on her face. And she was Facebook drama, Instagram drama, work drama. Don't get involved. Easier said than done, because scheduling is going to annoy you, and that's a whole different thing. You have to just let it go. So I've been doing this for a long time, and the first 10 years of my flying career, I was miserable because I was part of the drama. Enjoy the job. This is the easiest job in the world.
Going back to the question, I would say breathe through it. Know that it's going to be over in 4 to 6 weeks. You're going to go home back to your regular life. It may seem like a very long time to be away. The positive outweighs the negative. If you've never done this before, it's all going to feel new. That's totally normal.
It's a new job.
It's a new job. And you are going to have to memorize stuff, and you are going to have to know things for safety reasons. And the thing is if you can't memorize stuff and you can't remember things for safety reasons, and you can't remember how to use equipment, then maybe it's not the job for you. It doesn't mean that you can't, I don't know, be a casting director,
Right.
This is what I also say to people who are like, should I apply? I've always wanted to, blah, blah, blah. And I always say, just apply. Because the chances are they're going to say no. Because they said no to me 6 times. Yeah.
The airline that we work for said that?
Yes. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Well, it took me 6 applications to finally get here.
It took me 3, but that's because I was too tall.
Right. Well, it took me officially, I think I applied 6 times throughout the years. People think it's really easy to do this job. Sometimes it feels like it's really easy to do this job, but the reality is if you're not paying attention, it's not easy. And you are going to be needed in situations which are very uncomfortable. And training is very uncomfortable because you're most likely living with somebody else who farts a lot, snores a lot, uses the bathroom a lot. Cody's pointing at me. Doesn't have the same sleep schedule as you do, doesn't eat the foods you eat. These things are all designed on purpose
Right.
to make you uncomfortable in training, because you are going to be uncomfortable on the airplane.
Wow.
Things are going to annoy you,
Right.
and it's designed to annoy you. The classes, take 6 to 12 hours a day. It's exhausting, but so is flying 6 to 12 hours a day. So if you can't handle that, then you're probably going to go home. And that's okay, because that means you're not right for the job.
It's okay to fail at something.
Yes. If you're going to succeed here, and I've asked other flight attendants who are very senior to me, how are you here so long? Go, I just don't care. And they don't mean they don't care about the job. They don't let the job dictate anything, because they're not in control. We have a contract. There are rules. There are rules that they have to follow, and they know what they are, and they just do it. And that's all you need to do. And then everything else is just a bonus. And if you look at a rule like, I can't have my skirt this high, or I can't wear my shirt this way, or at a certain point, if you're breaking rules, I've just figured out that it doesn't matter, because the rule is going to change. Oh, you can't have your skirt at this level. Next week, it'll be the skirt is at this level. I'll give a perfect example. We used to wear one kind of shoe, then they took the shoe away from us and said we couldn't wear it, and now the shoe is back. And it took 2 years for that to change. Things change all the time.
Our service changes all the time.
I think also about training that people don't understand is they're giving you all the tools that you're going to need for when you're on the line. When you come to work and something has changed and you say, well, I didn't know that.
Or I didn't learn that.
Or I didn't learn that. Well, they teach you in training that things change, and that there's resources that are given to you to alert you to those changes that you are responsible for knowing. So if a change happens and you didn't know it, actually responsible for knowing changes. It seems counterintuitive, because you're like, how am I supposed to know? And sometimes it's hard to know. Sometimes you miss the email. Sometimes you miss the PDF that comes out. Sometimes but it's not a big deal. That is the frustrating part of the job. Like sometimes it feels like everybody's not on the same page.
Oh,
all the time.
All the time. And I read my emails too.
Yeah, but we all miss stuff. It's okay. That's part of the attitude on your first day of training. Has to be, I'm not going to get everything right away. That's okay. I'm allowed to make mistakes. I'm here to learn, but I don't have to be the center of attention. I just have to take the information in. You want to succeed? Just lay low.
Yeah, stay
out of the drama. Be a genuinely nice person. Smile all the time. Cody and I had this thing where we smiled. Remember?
Yeah, it was obnoxious. I get on the plane, and sometimes I can be a little.
What? Do you want me to finish the sentence?
No, sometimes I can be I'm very standoffish. I'm in the zone. I think things have to get done, and that's what it is. But in my brain, I'm telling myself, you need to calm down. Like, you need to chill out, because nobody else cares.
Right. And it goes back to the thing. That's what we mean when nobody cares.
Yeah.
Your only job is to smile.
Yeah.
Like and it's not in a demeaning way that I'm saying that. Like,
but
it is to welcome people on board and make them feel comfortable.
Because they don't care that you've had a bad day. Your other coworkers don't care that you've had a bad day or a bad 24 seconds or whatever. Like, they don't care.
Right.
They just want to get on a plane and go somewhere.
Right, but you're making them feel comfortable so that they stay calm, so that they're not losing their minds and getting upset when they don't get the beer they want or the seat isn't the thing.
And once I get going and I get on the plane and, the door closes and I'm now in my own little environment, my mood typically changes. This has been interesting.
It's been a very interesting conversation.
It's been very enlightening.
Well, until next time, Cody.
Adios.
Breaking sterile, breaking through.